Three nerds, endless tangents, no comic required. I'm Sal.
I'm Ethan.
I'm Jason.
We are talking about a couple of things today. I'm very excited about it because these are the guys to talk about this with. But before we do, I want to unveil a piece of gold that was unearthed at the studio, an old piece of my past, a poster that I can't imagine anyone ever putting up in any domicile, regardless of age, creed, or anything, right? At first you think, oh, cool. It's a Star Wars poster. Great. And if I show it to you very quickly, you're like, oh, blue. Maybe an AT-AT in there. Yeah. The Battle of Hoth, perhaps?
Yeah.
Yeah, because everything's too blue. Yeah.
And it is the Battle of Hoth depicted.
Okay.
In action figure form. These are toys. This is a Toy Fair poster.
Toys.
A Toy Fair poster? That's
a Toy Fair poster depicting a sequence from Star Wars, which in and of itself was just these sized models, but they're action figures you can buy you could have bought at the store in like 1998.
Whoa, wait a minute. Did they make the speeder toys like to scale with the AT-AT? Or are those speeder toys really far away? Because I remember the speeder toys being like this big and the AT-AT was like this big.
No, this is early Photoshop. They made these speeder toys proportionate. Yeah, they're also not actually flying. Like they erased the wire work and stuff. Like,
right.
And I don't think that the speeder
airbrushed it out.
I don't even think the speeder toys came with like these little tow cables or anything.
Probably not. It's like, oh no, you have to supply your own rope.
Your own.
Right.
Well, like you have to use your imagination.
Background.
Yeah.
That was like, man, the Batman action figure commercials always made it look so awesome. But they had all these like ice things and like buildings and stuff, and they'd be like destroying things. It's like none of that came with it.
Yeah,
just one figure.
Yeah. No, it never came with a playset, and if the playset did exist, it was lame. It was never like a cool alley with barrels and breakaway walls.
Right.
No, they'd show the playset and then they'd put all this other crap around it, so you think it's all in there. And
no, and it was never available.
The little text at the bottom would be like, barrels not included.
All the cool stuff that makes it immersive not included.
Yeah. At the end, the very last shot, they show you. It comes with everything you see here. It's like way less stuff than they showed through the whole commercial.
Oh yeah, no, the commercial is like
four little things. And
it's a effing table with like those figures and like a couple of their accessories, and they're like, this is what we are legally obliged to show you, because otherwise we will be sued. Where's my playset?
Fraud.
Yeah. What's really an issue for me is that in the age of 3D printing, I can now get everything. Like I can have a playset, and I've seen like there are these Marvel Legends figures which are just like every Marvel character to scale of each other, and there's hundreds of them, but like I'm not gonna play with them.
It's too late.
Yeah, it's too late.
My imagination, it's mostly gone, and I got shit to do. Like,
right, I have work in the morning. Like I can't play with you anymore. I'm sorry. Toy Story. But yeah, like they make rooftops and scaffolds and fire escapes, and like they've actually made. I've seen beautiful 3D displays where they've made their wall displays for your toys, but they are fire escapes.
They have like a background. Yeah.
No, they are like 3D printed fire escapes. So like you can have Daredevil like hanging off a fire escape that is suspended on your wall. And so it's like, oh, that's cool. But again, it's just this poster at that point. Like you're not playing with them.
For real.
You're displaying them. You know?
I know, but that's what you want. You want it to look, you want it to look good.
Yeah, for chicks.
No, for yourself.
Yeah,
so you can look around and be like, I've made it.
That's why
all this expensive crap I have to display my toys.
Exactly, and that's why I found this poster. This is going to get a nice fancy frame if it's coming.
Oh my god,
good. Yeah, it needs it.
You'll be the only person ever
on Earth who's ever put it up. Yeah. I did keep it. It's in immaculate condition.
That's awesome.
Because it's never been even thought of.
How did that not get thrown away, like by your parents?
Oh, my folks at some
you lost comic books, right? You lost things of actual value, but you still have that.
Right. Well, that was sandwiched inside of a Toy Fair magazine. And those magazines were just piled up in a room somewhere.
Right.
They just got lucky. They're just the ones that made it. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the Deadpool Batman crossover came out yesterday as of the taping of this episode. And Ethan and Tiffany and I talked about it at length. There's a whole episode of Back Issues you can check out right now about it on the sister channel. But it got me thinking about crossovers. My main question is crossovers, yay or nay?
Movies or TV, or
do you, either of you, have a favorite crossover? And it can be from any walk of media. Because I've thought about this, and I am a sucker for it. They're bad. Like,
no, I was gonna say they're not really a thing outside of a couple of movies and a weirdo novelization or two. You know, like there's that Star Trek X-Men novel.
Yes.
Yes.
Right. But no.
And there's AVP.
AVP, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Freddy versus Jason.
Yes. See how the list gets bigger as you think about it longer?
Yeah. But I think I hit like 50% of them. Like,
well, I'll hit you with one where this is my favorite version of either property, right? Because I can't stand either of these shows, but I've seen the crossover special 3 times in my life, which is more than I could say for any episode of.
I know what you're gonna say.
The Jetsons or the Flintstones.
I forgot about that. Okay, so we get into like special one-off episodes of shows. Yes. Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
But it's still not a huge library of these things, right?
It might be more than you think. Once you get into cartoons.
Yeah, I'm talking about specifically cartoons. Like they did. Here's one that I definitely caught one time. They did animated adaptations of both Ace Ventura: Pet Detective and The Mask. And so Ace Ventura does meet The Mask, but they do subvert your expectations. So you know how Ace has a personality that comes out of his butt?
Yeah.
I know where this is going too.
Ace inadvertently sits on The Mask, and so his butt becomes The Mask.
Yeah. The being that is his butt gets masked.
Right.
So
committed to the bit is he that's like another person.
Right. Or that person really exists, and when he's talking through his butt, he's like manifesting it into existence, but it's real.
That's the twin he absorbed in the womb. It communicates through his butt. That's not canon.
Its soul is still in him.
Yeah. And only through the mask can he communicate. Oh, and, Ace's bits. But
that's awesome.
But he deeply weeps into a pillow after he does his impressions through his butt because he knows somewhere deep down inside.
There's a being like desperate to get out, but just can't.
I'm having a hard time telling right now what part of what you're saying is in the crossover and what part is just BS.
Okay, so you remember when I said there was one? That's the only part that's real.
Oh, no, and the mask goes on his butt.
He does, the butt does become really happens. But it's not
because the butt part's real.
The butt part is very real.
Which is insane. What does it do?
It's like it says witnesses. I didn't watch the episode. I caught a moment from it and I was like, I can't watch this.
Yeah.
What if someone sees me watching it?
Those were 2 shows that I definitely watched, but I recognized were not good or worth my time. But I did watch them, and I was like, I never saw The Mask, so I'm like, what is going on? Is this what The Mask was about? Like, what this? Because this sucks. Like, and it's weirdly intricate. There's all these characters that I'm like, I don't know who any of these people are, and the show acts like you know who they are. I guess because like, why would you watch if you hadn't seen the movie? But the movie I recognize, I'm like, this is not for children.
No.
But this cartoon is for children. So like, what is happening?
Well, neither was the RoboCop animated series or Rambo the animated series.
Right.
Or any other animated series that was adapted from an R-rated property.
Right. There was a lot of that going on in the 80s, and it was very confusing.
Well, they're just like, it's marketable.
Right. I guess. But
we know a bunch of the children watched it. We know you watched.
We know you all. That's why the Care Bears movie did so well, because you all bought a ticket for the Care Bears movie and then you went to go see RoboCop.
Right.
You little liars. But there's more. I mean, even for shows that maybe you guys have missed, also like Fairly Odd Parents and Jimmy Neutron.
I wouldn't know.
They crossed over. I loved Fairly Odd Parents. In the Disney Afternoon lineup, Hercules and Aladdin teamed up.
Did they?
Yeah.
Wow.
I might have seen that. I don't know.
Yeah, you know how
I
like
watched the
Jafar,
Aladdin show.
you know how Jafar died? Yeah, he goes and meets Hades, and then Hades resurrects him and sends him to do his bidding.
Sure.
That's a fun crossover because
That's pretty
Yeah,
good.
yeah,
you get
yeah.
James Woods just talking to Jafar, and that's just fun to see no matter what. You know, so some of these are
I
pretty.
want to say there was a good number of crossovers in the Disney Afternoon, not like fully realized necessarily like that one, but I want to say there was like references, like characters would show up
Yeah.
sometimes.
I
like if there was an opportunity for like a lion to show up in one of the other shows, like it might be Simba, you know?
Well,
Right.
don't forget, I mean, like, just in the sequence from Aladdin, when Genie, like, is going over wishes and he says something about King Crab, and then, like, Sebastian comes out of the thing, and you're like, what?
Yeah.
I think that Scar is a throw rug.
Yeah, he's
in Hercules.
Yeah.
Which is, of course, a great reference to The Lion King when they say
so like,
make a good one.
Does that count? Is that the greatest crossover?
Those are cameos, you know, but like when The Simpsons and Family Guy crossed over, it's like those are true die in the wool crossovers.
Okay, all right. So yeah, so there's more than I was thinking.
Yeah.
Also video games. There was an AVP video game. For example,
but that's just AVP. Like, yeah. But there had been comics
and all the X-Men, Capcom.
Oh yeah,
games,
Marvel versus Capcom,
Marvel
X-Men,
versus Capcom,
Street Fighter, absolutely.
Okay.
But there's live action
what's the
shows.
best one is the question?
What's your favorite one? Do you have a favorite? Is there one that like you just can't help yourself? Do you even like them? Are crossovers derivative and terrible? Do you have a favorite that's like sticks out to you? The Simpsons Futurama crossover comic book that I enjoyed, or the cartoon that I didn't enjoy so much. And then, of course, don't even get me started on Richard Belzer, because Munch crosses over in so many things. And because he has touched on shows that are technically spin-offs or crossovers with Saint Elsewhere, it becomes part of the Saint Elsewhere universe.
All part of the same universe, yeah.
So none of those shows are real because they're all part of the boys' Snow Globe fantasy. Which includes every Law and Order, X-Files, Sesame Street, like everything that's had Officer Munch in there.
That's right.
Huh.
Yeah. I've heard there's a Columbo crossover with Murder, She Wrote. Though I don't know if that's true.
That sounds legit. Yeah.
Yeah. That would make sense.
There should be a 3-way crossover where it's Dr. Jessica Fletcher discovers them. Columbo catches them. Matlock prosecutes them.
I'm on board for that. Yes. That's pretty good. Give me some Matlock. Yeah.
Just a 3, and it doesn't even have to be like a crossover. Like the crossover is like the villain they catch, you know, like, and he's just the through line for every, and it's just like a lineup.
Right.
The audience is just like, I don't know what any of those things are. Like, I barely know what those things are.
Oh no! Wait, are we?
I'm aware of Matlock, but I never watched an episode of it. I remember seeing Murder, She Wrote, and I never watched. I'm like, nope, old. That's for old people.
Yes.
Yeah, I never watched Murder, She Wrote either. I probably watched a little bit of Columbo. I definitely saw more Matlock because I feel like Matlock was like on a hard rerun on TBS or something. Like,
yes, Matlock had an aggressive syndication policy. Yeah. I definitely didn't watch a lot of it until freshman year when my roommate was just popping it on. Like, he's like, oh crap, it's 3 p.m. time for Matlock. And I was like, hey, yeah.
What?
And then he sat down and watched it. And I'm like, what are you doing, my friend? And he's like, I'm here for my good man, Conrad McMasters. And I'm like, what? Who is Conrad McMasters? And he's like, he is the muscle to Matlock's system. And because Matlock has like a fun sidekick, the first half, it's not Conrad, but the second half is. You might recognize the actor who plays Conrad McMasters. He's actually also basically the same character in Walker, Texas Ranger.
Oh, yes. Okay. Yep. I know what that is. Yeah.
But yeah.
Okay.
Really hooking the young people with this reference.
So crossovers in general, I would say I don't really know of many. I've never sought them out.
No.
I will say that like the Star Trek X-Men crossover book, that was really entertaining in a very silly way.
There you go.
I do remember, here's one, here, make everyone feel really old. If anyone remembers the old Prodigy Online service,
I remember it existed. Yeah.
Yes, I was aware of it.
there was a fanfic crossover that someone was writing that was super into, and it was a TNG Sequest crossover.
Oh,
now that's a good idea.
That sounds actually familiar. I think I might have run into that.
It actually wasn't the worst thing in the world. I'm like, okay, yeah, sure.
Yeah,
yeah, because they're both in the future,
right? They're both in the future, and like,
and they're explorers.
just think about like Roy Scheider and Patrick Stewart, like
Oh
and
yeah.
Roy Scheider's like, I don't understand what happened because my ship is gone.
Anyway. I heard that Roy Scheider did Sequest as a favor to Spielberg.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
I could believe that.
Right?
Yeah, because he must have known, like, this is not going to work.
Yeah.
I mean, Star Trek underwater.
I mean,
that's like a first idea. Like,
listen,
that's like
they pitched that idea after the the two-parter epic where Picard turns into Locutus. When they're like, we need a breath, we need some fun with some whimsy, except for Picard, who's going to meet up with his brother, and it'll be really, really emotional. But when Picard is back at like Chateau Picard with his brother, he's tempted to do research under the water.
That's right.
And they could have been like, that's Sequest.
Right.
Oh my god. Just take Picard out of Star Trek and put him in a spinoff.
Right? Because I mean, the whole show, since season 2, they were like, what if Riker left though? And I'm like, stop suggesting something I hate. And
I get it, because it's like, well, you don't really need Riker. You got Picard there. Riker's superfluous. He's the night shift.
Riker is not superfluous. What
How
are you
dare
saying? How dare you?
I like Riker.
A Deep Space Nine fan.
I like Riker. I don't dislike Riker, but every time I see him doing stuff, it's just like he's like dealing with the situation. And then Picard walks in. It's like, well, now Picard can take over.
But Riker
thanks for
is
keeping
the
my
muscle.
seat warm.
Yeah. Riker's the muscle, except also when when Patrick Stewart's like, wait, no, but I could also be the muscle though. Write an episode where I'm Die Hard. Do a Die Hard for me.
Yeah, I could be a badass.
Yeah.
Actually, read a whole movie.
All of them.
We'll call it First Contact. Well, yeah, actually.
All of them will be about me and how I could lift. I could wear a tank top. I could drive a dune buggy.
Yes.
Not
There's some
no,
strange
actually
choices.
Insurrection.
In some of those movies, yeah.
No, I was gonna say Generations, but he fights
Soren.
What's his face? Soren. He fights
on the
Soren.
scaffolding. Yeah, they have a.
Yeah.
I gotta
throw down
fight an
fisticuffs.
old man. I gotta send me back.
Old man
Come with
fight.
me. Come with me. I gotta punch this old guy. Come on, Guinan, come with me so you can help me punch Soren.
We're not here to talk about Star Trek.
We are not, unless it's a
no.
crossover, which it isn't.
But
But there is a
speaking of Star
crossover.
Trek-
Remember when Bashir went to the Enterprise?
Yeah, well, that was yes, and then there was I think there was a crossover the other way. Was there? Did anyone? Well, I mean, Worf.
Well, there were a couple.
appears on Deep Space Nine, but he becomes a character.
Frakes
there
was
was
directing all the shows, so so Tom shows up.
There was at least one episode,
Yes.
I think, where Reg Barkley ends up on the Voyager.
Barkley. Yeah, Barkley's on Voyager, that's right.
Barkley's always in
Which
Voyager
is
at a
great.
certain point.
Yeah, he was a recurring
Yeah.
crossover character. Yeah.
Oh, Q
Q was in one episode of Deep Space Nine
and
yeah,
He
Voyager.
was in
Yeah,
a
Voyager.
couple of Voyagers, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. So okay,
yeah.
so
The whole like Cisco Q dynamic did not.
no, it didn't
That
work.
did not work.
It didn't work at all.
That's why they only did one. They were like,
Well,
Yeah.
they nailed it in the first moment, right? Because Q pulls Cisco into a pugilist fight,
Yeah,
and then Cisco just clocks him,
Maxim?
and he
And
says,
he's
"You
like-
hit me. Picard would never hit me." And he's like, "I'm not Picard." And that's the end of it. It's like,
and that's
he
like
should've
that's
left.
it. That's all
I
you
wish
could
he
do.
wasn't in the episode anymore. Where it's like,
Yeah.
well, that's boring. Then you
What's
never
funny is,
leave
like-
this Sky Mall.
That episode is barely about Q anyway.
Yeah, it's weird.
Right? It like I don't remember it's like is that Luxwana is in there, or there's another character.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like that had to be like a first season episode, right?
first or maybe second.
I think second.
Maybe
Anyway,
second. Yeah.
But yeah, there's crossover within the universe.
Yeah. So that brings to mind the one that I would say is my favorite, which I don't even know if you can call it a crossover, but it's the episode of Deep Space Nine where they go back in time to the original series with the Tribbles.
Yes.
Okay,
I love that episode.
That is
fun.
I remember I didn't even like Star Trek, and I watched that episode.
Yeah, that was an event. They made that like a cultural
They did. Yeah, I watched the whole making of. I saw how they did it. I was like, this is really amazing. It's a real technical achievement.
Yeah, it seemed very impressive at the time. I
think
it's still impressive.
I've seen it. I've seen it recently, and it does. It holds up.
You can see some of the seams, but like it's not bad.
Yeah.
And do you only see the seam now because it's like you see it in high diff and not like
on that and also
CRT where it's all like
and like I know every inch of like both of those episodes now, so like even the original episode and the Deep Space Nine episode, so I know where they like add stuff and where things are like, well, that doesn't happen, and but and then it's like, oh well, now that I think about it, like these characters look a little different than the background, like you could see that they're like superimposed, but only because like to look for it.
Of course,
I know to look for it.
Yeah.
I mean that's an interesting just thing with like old media that's getting like, here's the new 4K thing of whatever it is. And you're like, okay, but it actually looks worse now because you can see all the things. You're like, wow, that's clearly made of cardboard.
Right. Or I can see you taped a black piece of paper on that screen so that it wouldn't catch light.
Right.
Yeah.
But you know what? They can fix that now with AI.
Right. Well,
they could have fixed it.
Make it look real again.
Like people could fix it just using CG.
It's way too expensive. You got to redo every friggin' shot that has like an effect in it. They did that for TNG. They oh no, I
really punched in to make that point.
I gotta watch the hand gesture.
Really?
For the TNG Blu-ray release, they redid all the effects to make it look really good. And there was a bunch of people who wanted them to do it for Deep Space Nine, like fans of Deep Space Nine, but you can't, because for Deep Space Nine they rendered the effects in like 480p because it was like rendered like after or something. So it's like there is no high definition because it was all CGI. So it's like we made it natively 480. Why would we have created these digital effects at a resolution that you can't see? But for TNG, it was all done like practically. And filmed. So they have the actual film for
like the Squid Monster and stuff like that. Yeah.
So it was just like, oh well, we just have to go back to the originals for TNG. But for Deep Space Nine, they have the originals of everything they shot.
Yeah.
But all the digital effects do not exist.
Well, you just got to make new ones.
Yeah, you have to redo every digital effect in order to release the high def.
Well, they did that for a lot of for TNG. They did that for like planets and stuff.
Yeah, they did it for some insert shots.
Exactly.
Or the Enterprise
shots. Yeah, but like Deep Space Nine, every spaceship after I forget which season it is, but at a certain point they stopped.
It's CG, so it just looks like shit. CG. Oh, I know.
Yeah, and there's so it's like, okay, so like basically every effect shot after season like 3 or whatever it is, we'd have to redo.
Is cemented in that time. It will never look better than it did only within that 5-year span that it came out.
Right.
Yeah. Right. So, and here's the thing, they actually did for the they made like a documentary, like a crowdfunded documentary for Deep Space Nine, which I have, and it's great. And they rendered a one of the big well-known space battles from Deep Space Nine. They got funding. It was one of the stretch goals to like totally redo the effects for that battle in high definition. And it was quite expensive, but they're like, well, we do it for this documentary. So, and it looks great and it's amazing. But like, okay, now we just need to do that like 30 more times so we can release the whole show.
Well, could they at least integrate it into the show? They're like, there's no way we're going to put it into the actual Blu-ray.
Come up with a Blu-ray just for that episode that has like that.
Yeah.
And then maybe we'll keep doing it. Like as we get money, we'll just do an episode at a time. Yeah, they could do that.
Yeah, but they're not going to do that.
No.
Yeah. So something that's kind of like a crossover, but not quite, or like tie-ins.
Right? Yes.
Media tie-ins.
Mm-hmm.
I think about like what was it? The entire blitz around Shadows of the Empire. Right? Where there was a video game, there was a comic book, there was a novel, there was a soundtrack. It was madness,
that was incredible. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have like a one, Jason? Because for me, I'm like, if the Star Trek one counts, the Deep Space Nine one, the original series, then I'm going with that.
Oh
As
yeah,
my final answer, because that's the only one that really sticks in my mind. The other ones I'm just
Yeah.
like, oh yeah, I forgot that crossover even happened.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's a ton, man. I mean, like, you've heard mine a million times, like, and it varies from year to year, but it's mostly in comic books because I like those a lot. But
Yeah.
in media, you've seen a bunch of them. The one that springs to mind is when they were developing the Superman animated series while Batman was still at Fox, but then the show was canceled and then moved over to the Kids WB. So now suddenly you could have Batman appear in a Superman show or vice versa, and then they did with a special like 3-part episode event which they merged into one movie called like World's Finest, which saw those two characters cross over and finally like do something together, which they had alluded to throughout the entire lifespan of the Superman cartoon show. And it was delightful, and it was like a massive fan service, and gave birth to what would eventually become like the DC animated universe and all the Justice League spin-offs and stuff like that. Like just really, really fun, and they brought the A game when it came to animation on that 3-parter, and that was a really fun like moment for a lot of people where they're like, as much as Superman and Batman have been crossing over since I want to say like 1940.
Yeah, but not
we
animated
never thought
form.
we'd see it. Yeah, exactly. Well, the closest thing we ever got in any other fashion was when George Clooney's Batman name drops him.
I don't even remember that because I didn't see that movie.
Oh, it's in the marketing for the movie. I had not seen Batman and Robin for decades, and I don't think I've ever actually seen it end to end. I've seen scenes from it. I've never actually sat down and watched it.
Same.
But Chris O'Donnell's Robin is giving Batman a hard time, and he just says, "This is why Superman works alone." And in that moment, audience members were like,
cool.
They're like, "I hate this movie." What? Then, like in the same breath, he's like, "And here's the Bat credit card, and here's my cod piece," and everyone's like, "Damn it!"
No, go back to the Superman thing. Explore that more.
Yeah, maybe Superman doesn't want to go near this place.
I think that's probably
this is an evil place. But yeah.
But yeah,
so
Jason, if we're talking,
your tie-in is really the closest thing, because like I don't think they really appeal to you, but I'm surprised. I thought maybe there might have been like a Knight Rider, Dukes of Hazzard.
I was thinking Knight Rider. Yeah, like
no, there was nothing. Okay,
maybe like Knight Rider and like
hold on.
Watch.
So there was one episode of Knight Rider. Okay, so Knight Rider, Dukes of Hazzard, they were head to head. They were rivals in the time slots, right? They
okay, different networks,
and they're different studios, different networks, right? So there was no potential for crossover in those days, for sure. There's one episode of Knight Rider where it's an alternative fuel race, and
interesting.
And they're worried someone's going to mess with the race or blow it up or something. Anyway, so Michael and Kit are there under some guise, right? And one of the other entrants in the race are a couple of good old boys in a bright orange Dodge Charger that runs off moonshine.
It's an alternative fuel.
It's obvious what that's supposed to be.
Yes, 100%.
But that's as close as you ever got between.
I'm not surprised. Like I did not know that, and I was like, "There's got to be." I mean, you're making a car show. There's another car show that is on at the same time. You mean to tell me you never slipped that car onto the lot at any point?
Yeah. So yes, they did once.
Yeah. We get it. Oh, God.
No.
Okay. We get a lot of questions over on our Patreon, patreon.com/ComicPop, if you want to help us out. We had one that I was just excited to throw to these nerds here. Joshua says, would you rather be able to time travel to the past or the future?
Oh, okay.
And I'm also going to put in there and come back.
Sure.
Not like, would you rather be stranded in the past or the future?
Yeah, so visit. It's a visit. It's not
a visit.
It's not a relocation.
Is there a time constraint around this?
No.
Sounds just, like no.
No, but I think it's not would you rather be stranded in the past or the future?
The past.
Right.
Yeah, the past.
Easy. Past.
Nope.
Yeah.
Yep. My cynicism does not allow me to believe in the future. There's no way.
Correct. I don't want to see. I don't want to know.
Yeah, I was gonna. There's a number of historical events that I'd be interested in
seeing,
witnessing. Yeah,
I think the natural extension of this question is if you could go to the past, but you could only go to one time. What time would it be?
True.
Yeah.
Since we all kind of agree to go to the past, now it's like, okay, so where would you go?
Let's make it
where would
interesting.
you go?
Obviously, the Old West. I know I've never said it before, but it's definitely canon now. No part of my personality indicates that I would be a cowboy, but certainly I'm interested in it now for the purposes of, you know, the next movie.
Right.
Like,
Okay, so Sal's Old West.
yeah,
What about you,
fuck,
Jackson?
no freaking way. I'm not getting diphtheria and dying. I've never wanted to go to the Old West.
Never.
Not-
Even when you were a kid.
When I was a kid and I would go to Wild West City, that was like the closest thing, but I was like, but I have this great park.
Right, I don't need to go. I know I know exactly what it's like, and it's definitely
exactly
100% like this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't. I'm actually thinking way too hard about this. I don't have.
Wow, what an excellent question, Tufto. How does one gauge one's response?
No, it's actually a really good question.
Right.
Because, like, do you go back to like the dinosaurs?
Right,
You know?
just to see them.
Do you go back to like the first to find out like, well, how did life start here? Maybe I could bring a bunch of scientific equipment with me, and I could determine like, did life spontaneously arise here, or was it brought here from another planet? Like,
what?
Is it, like ubiquitous in the universe? Yeah. Well, that's a big question.
Yeah, the answer to these questions is really like, where are your priorities?
The problem is I don't have the skills to answer that question or the equipment. But if I had time to prepare and could consult with some like biologists and stuff, that might be one. I might be like, okay, what year do I go to so I could answer?
Yeah, that's way more deep and smart and intellectual. Than
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
just like, man, I just kind of want to go back to like 1974 and catch like a Grateful Dead concert.
Yeah,
like,
yeah, that's kind of my thinking as well. It's like, oh man, I'd love to see Raiders in the theater. Like,
yeah.
And I'm like, which would have the most societal and scientific impact?
Yeah, no, fuck that.
Yeah. What? I just want to catch Empire
I'm like, what
in the theater.
points? Yeah, what points of the 20th century like heights of culture could I just like drop into?
There's a terrible movie that has been riffed on MST3K and Riff Tracks called Time Chasers, where basically
I almost bought that on Laserdisc last week.
Wow, what? You should have.
Anyway, sorry.
It's very bad. But it's also like cute and earnest, but never mind that. Sure. So like, anyway, within Time Chasers, like the hero is some idiot who sells his time traveling machine that goes into a plane to some like evil corporation. And then he takes his time machine plane to the future to like get some with his girlfriend. When they get there, the future's ruined. And it's like after he's made the deal. So he knows that this guy ruins the future. And the guy who's run the future, he goes back to the present and he tells him about it. And he's like, yeah, I've been there like 4 or 5 times. Like, I know how bad the future gets because I screw it up, but we'll figure it out. Like, well, we'll get it. And I'm like, that is too prescient. Like, it's like, yeah, no, I have definitive proof that that my machinations have ruined the future. And because we haven't yet, I'm not going to worry about it. And I'm like, oh my God. David Giancola's got this covered. But anyway,
that sounds like a tomorrow problem.
Exactly. And I'm like, you're in the tomorrow business. So the point he makes later on is just like, after Nick, the hero, like ingratiates himself into this situation and like causes untold mayhem. He's just like, you could have escaped to some distant part in the past and it would never have affected you. And it's always stuck with me, the idea of like having access to time travel, seeing where the future's going and going like, I guess I'll just go to like 1954 and just hang out until I die.
The problem is like most parts of the past were probably worse.
Yes, like you'll still like cut your finger and die, or
right,
but like
there's no antibiotics,
or you'll live to this point. Like the best time is like 1999. Like you're still never going to escape it, or you're gonna have to encounter some nonsense.
Try to change it,
and that's really the thing. Is like you would. Right. I don't think you'd be able to help yourself. Unlike Captain America in the MCU, I wouldn't be able to keep my head down forever.
Right.
What a hero,
by the way.
Have we
talked about this before? I feel like we have discussed like what would you change if you could change something. Maybe not on this show. Maybe
no. It's in private conversation. We've discussed the idea of like how to make things different. Like if you like, I've seen this great sketch where a genie is like, I've seen this hilarious sketch where like a kid is like a millennial's watching like a cartoon or something, and he's like, "Man, I wish I was back in 1999." And he's like, a genie pops up, and he's like, "Okay," and then he sends it back. He's like, "Whoa, Squeeze-Its and Gushers, this is awesome." And he's like, "Yeah, now we got to stop 9/11."
Right. Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh yeah."
Oh,
And so it's like,
yes, I've seen this too.
you have to like there's no fantasy. 9/11 has destroyed cheery fantasies about the late 20th century time travel.
Yeah.
Because no matter what you're doing, you're also like, okay, so what do I have to do?
Right.
And I'm an idiot. Like, I don't know what the flight numbers were. So, like, okay, how do I figure out how to stop it? Do I pull the fire alarm at like 9:30 in the morning? What about the people in Pennsylvania? This is not fun anymore. It's ruined. You know, like,
that's the point of the sketch.
I just want to be able to like buy Bitcoin.
Yeah, and then when I'm rich, somehow I'll fix everything.
Well, I mean,
I want to buy $1,000 of Apple shares in 1982.
Yeah, exactly. I'll buy Apple early, Amazon, buy Bitcoin at like 0.002 cents or whatever.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then I'll be so rich I'll figure it out.
Well, I'll have a seat at the table.
Right. I mean, I'd at least feel better that way.
Oh yeah,
right.
No.
Where it's like, oh, I have some power at least. Maybe I can't
the
solve anything,
well,
but
then,
I can at least like
once
go
a couple of
toe-to-toe
names
with these
pop
assholes.
up, you're like, no, they're not allowed at the table because I've been at the table longer than them, and I don't want them anywhere near here. Or maybe they conveniently don't manage to succeed in any of their endeavors, you know, because I know when and how they do it. And
yeah, maybe I'll crush the people that I need to crush financially.
Yeah, maybe the Winklevoss twins turn out okay.
The who?
The ones who invented Facebook.
Oh, I don't even know.
Yeah,
their names.
See, you're not up to the
I even
challenge.
saw The Social Network, and I don't know those people.
Maybe we could just make sure MySpace is preserved.
Right? Tom seems okay.
MySpace was doomed from the start, man.
Was it though?
That interface.
No, Tom is fine. He took his cash out. Now he spends his life fishing.
Good for him.
He takes pictures. He's a photographer.
That's the problem. He didn't innovate. He fell behind and he got destroyed.
No, he didn't care. He bought in.
Right.
But MySpace was great, and here's why: it forced you to code. Everyone who used MySpace learned how to code a little bit. But that understanding helps have. It's like Jason actually used to teach me this. Learning how to drive stick gives you a fundamental respect for your car, and it teaches you to have restraint and like poise. Like it gives you a chance to like not take your car for granted, even if you don't end up driving stick in the future. You learn like how it works, and so as a result,
connects you to the physical mechanisms of the car just that little bit more. I mean, the steering wheel does too,
right? But not in the same way.
Gear shifter even more so. Yeah,
exactly. And I think it's the same way with like if you code. Suddenly you're having a much more deep relationship with like your computer.
Yeah. And the internet.
The internet.
Of the net and how things appear. Like how does this thing show up on my screen? Like, oh, it's not magic. There's like specific rules that are followed, and if you follow the rules, then the thing shows up the way you want.
And I remember learning HTML like in the early days, and I can tell you like there's nothing more satisfying than having a vision for what the page should look like, effing up routinely and consistently for like 6 hours and then getting it right and just seeing like this one, like seeing text wrap around an image left justified blue. I was like, it worked. And now I can replicate it. Now I can make a page. Like now I can really make this thing happen.
Yeah. You could have been a scientist, because that's the same thing that like drew me into physics. Is like you could like do these experiments. You could make the thing, do the thing, and replicate something that Newton did, in the 1800s or whatever. I don't even remember what year it was. I think it was the 1800s, and change the world forever. And I'm doing it right here. Like, it's very
pretty
cool.
Like, cool.
Watching your actions like result in the thing happening that you saw someone else do somewhere and seemed like magic to you is, it's awesome.
Yeah. But the 80s, I'd probably go back to.
The 80s, when?
I think early. I think like 81, probably something.
Would you find yourself and like? Oh, you wouldn't find yourself.
I would not exist, but I would like to, because it's Yeah, I have a fondness for it. You know, like a nostalgic fondness for
For a
it.
time you never saw?
Yeah, that's right. Because like it
For
persisted. Because
the
it persisted. Like
yeah.
when I grew up, the 80s was still like
Mm-hmm.
clinging on, you know, the same way that the 70s, you know, like there's still some pretty 70s movies in 1980, 81, 82.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
So
You know, the
this
70s
is
was like
interesting because this is the same reason
you
why
want to go to 74.
I would go to like 74, 76, 77, like the
76.
period immediately preceding the creation of me, right?
Right.
Like what were the conditions that led
That
to
led to
me?
JC. I can tell you what conditions led to you, and you probably don't want to see it.
Certainly not specifically,
not literally, yeah.
No, the environmental, the cultural,
conditions.
that resulted in
influence.
me becoming the man I am today, not existing physically. Yeah,
I know. I have a fundamental understanding of what happened.
Right.
That's so interesting because I have no
especially-
interest,
Really?
zero, in going to like 1981 or whatever, you know, or two.
Yeah.
No, I could no.
Huh.
Like I got movies and stuff. I got it. Got it.
Yeah.
I want to go to a time that nobody understands. You know,
That's
so
fair.
like the dawn of
dinosaurs.
life, or I kind of want to see.
Do you
like,
want to
what-
see the apple falling on Newton's head?
That didn't actually happen, so no. No, I want to see what life was like before there was writing, right? So we don't know a whole lot about like what humans like humans existed, like depending on how you define the start of humans, from like 1 to 2 million years ago, or 500,000 years ago, or 30,000 years, but whatever time you pick, where it's like, when did like modern humans start? Like written history didn't start until like tens of thousands of years later. So we really don't know a whole lot about how they lived. I'm like, I would kind of like to see that. What was a village like in like 10,000 BC, right? Like how advanced were they? Did they have language? Or like 30,000 or 50,000? I have to pick one. I have to do some research.
Sure. I mean, I've seen apropos of that. I've seen people say that they'd like to see the Library of Alexandria, which I'm like,
yes,
you wouldn't be able to read anything.
No, but I want to know what it looked like, and I want to see how many people are there. Is it people coming and going constantly? Is it only like a handful of like high up scholars? Like,
yeah.
But I wouldn't be able to talk to anybody. It would be tough. It would be very hard.
It'd be tough. You'd have to like be more like an observer, like an anthropologist, as opposed to like a visitor. And that's the thing. I could integrate into 82, 81 pretty easily.
Right. Yeah. Yes. What about like the birth of our country, like 1776?
I'm interested in that, but I also am like really worried about getting an errant musket ball to a vital part of my body. But yeah, no, I've wanted to see those things, but not I wouldn't want to hang out there. Like I wouldn't want to spend a night. Like if I had
you
a
want
device,
to sleep over in the past.
Yeah. If I had a device, I would expand my horizons exponentially. Like I'd be like, oh well, now that we can do this, like let's see. I want to see like here's a childhood fantasy. I've always wanted to see a dodo.
Oh yeah,
because they're so recently extinct.
Right.
Like they
have to go that far.
That shouldn't really be extinct.
Yeah.
Yep.
What about like a mammoth? I'd love to see a mammoth. That'd be dope.
I would like to see a mammoth as well. I've seen the baby mammoth that they thawed out, which is like, I'm like, that's awesome. It really is exactly what they drew. How cool. And I'd like to ride a triceratops.
Well, I mean, of course.
Yeah, who wouldn't?
Right?
They've got a built-in like thing. You
hold on to the tongue. I know. It's perfect. When dino riders were a thing, I had the triceratops dino rider. When that happened in Jurassic World, when they had like the baby triceratops like pony pit, I was deeply envious. More so, I now understood what it felt like for those Avatar fans who wish they could go to Pandora.
I wish I could go to Jurassic World.
I wish I could ride those triceratops. They'd be like, sir, you're too big to ride the triceratops. I'm like, their back could carry over a ton. Like, it's not for them, sir. It's for you.
Right.
Mommy, why is he like that? Don't look at him.
Do we have any more questions from the Patreons?
No, I think that's good enough.
I think
think we nailed it.
We spent 30 minutes on that one.
Yep.
Nailed it.
Nailed it.
You have any other questions, Sal? I see you're doing something. Something's happening.
No. I'm just ending the show.
Okay.
I was looking at. I thought you were going to ask for another topic. I'm like, we have one, but I'm not going to do it. I daren't broach it.
At 2 hours in. Yeah.
2 hours in for an hour show.
Editing this episode.
Yeah. No. But I am going to leave in those hilarious zooms.
Great. That's great.
Okay. All right. Let's see here. Let's ask a question from the Patreon, which of course you can do at patreon.com/comicpop. Oh, Colton 45 video game series that should be adapted into a movie or a TV series without getting into it or being specific. Just pick your video game series that should be a TV or movie that hasn't already. Or isn't in development right now. Like they're making a Legend of Zelda movie.
Are they?
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a good question. I thought of something immediately, and I'm like, I could do better. Right? let me
I'll say this. I would like a good Doom movie, please.
Yeah, I thought of Doom.
And maybe the situation is, and you know what I would love to. You know what I'd watch? Like I would actually pay a subscription fee to see a Quake show.
I was thinking Quake too. There's not much to Quake. There's not much to Doom. Yeah. But it's fertile ground.
I know, it's right
There's
there.
Some images. Go.
Yeah. Then there's weird lore for Quake where it's like, wait, that's what Quake's about? We did that on this show. I think we were like, that's what Quake's about? And it's like just a Quake show that's like, you know, violent and weird.
Yeah. Okay. I would have said Halo. They made a Halo show.
No, they didn't.
Broke it.
No, they didn't.
Yeah, they did. Arguably, they didn't.
Yeah.
So a good Halo show is the number one at
easily.
The list.
Yeah. Could they make a Halo movie, or is it too much? Is it too?
They should make a Halo movie. They shouldn't have made a show.
Yeah, I agree.
Halo, to me, is a movie. The problem is they made Halo 2, Halo 3.
Yeah.
That's too much for a movie.
Yes.
That argues for show, but then they somehow didn't do that. So I just do that.
Yeah.
But you can't just make one of them into a movie, so it's problematic. Yeah. But they already did it, so that doesn't count. Something they've never done.
Okay. Yeah. That's where my Quake answer comes in, because I would like to see a Doom movie.
There's never been a Quake movie, but they did make a Doom movie.
Yeah. They made two. And they're both
what about Duke
unwatchable.
Duke Nukem movie?
I mean, yes, right? Like, yes. I would love a Duke Nukem anything except video game.
Because they did it and it sucked.
It's unforgivable. But yeah, I would love to see a Duke Nukem movie or like Peacemaker-esque show.
Yes. It'd be very fitting for the tongue in cheek.
Yep.
Not taken seriously. Yeah, you could do that.
It's me.
He's got all new references from recent movies and TV shows instead of.
No, I think you got it. Austin Powers him where he's been frozen since 1993.
Oh my god. That's it. You nailed it.
Right?
Holy shit. Everyone's just like, you can't say that? What are you
blow
doing?
It out your ass. Like, this guy thinks he's cool, and he's really gross and weird. You talk like my grandpa.
Balls of steel.
Steel.
Yeah.
Balls.
Oh my god.
Yep, that's it. Hell, get John Cena. He'd be amazing.
He'd do it.
Damn. And you could make the theme is fucking killer. Just do a reimagining of the theme. Oh my god.
Yep. And Duke is just, and the opening sequence is just Duke doing things awesomely in the 90s, like Duke wallowing in his douchebaggery, like justifying his horrible existence, and then he shows up in 2026 and he's like, What?
It's like, shake it, baby. That's problematic.
You know, and then the aliens come back. And
yeah, and it's like, oh, we need him. He knows how to kill aliens.
Oh no!
All right.
Can we get anything else? The president's a woman. You know. She's like, oh Jesus,
he's the last best hope for humanity. Oh God, no. Anyone?
That'd be so funny. Like she has like the president has a direct line to Duke Nukem. Like there's a Duke lair in the White House that they made in like during the Clinton administration, and she doesn't know about it. And like so he's just like, come on. He like goes to the Oval Office, does a whole bunch of horrible shit, and then like he grabs like Kennedy's bust and like like puts his thumb in his mouth or something, and like it opens a secret door and it goes into like this sex lair that's got tons of guns and shit. And she's like, how did I not know this room was in here? What I'm saying is my spec script is ready for sale, by the way, if you're interested.
Oh my
I've
God,
written about only 87 pages or so, but it's still pretty good.
That's fine. Please, I need to read that. Send it over.
It's not written. We're just spitballing here.
Oh, I don't even know if you should air this. That's so good.
That's too good.
That's too good.
Yeah. Yeah, I would love to see that.
What do you got, Jason? What's
your
video game?
I got nothing.
It's like
really.
Livings.
What did you play? What that wasn't already a movie or TV show?
Yeah, this is the problem.
This is the problem.
Yeah. All the video games I played were either derivative or like wouldn't.
Or they already made a movie, or
just wouldn't translate. Like, how do you translate Ages of Empires to a movie?
I was thinking like SimCity, Ages of Empires,
Mist.
Like Mist.
Yeah, how do you
Mist? You could do Mist. You could do Mist.
You could probably do like Thief.
I don't know if I'd watch Mist.
Ooh, Thief.
But
I don't know Thief. I never played it.
Oh, it's structured like an FPS, but it's like it's stealth. It's all stealth.
Right, it's all stealthy, and the storyline's pretty interesting.
Okay.
Where I go watch my stream. You can see me play through all 3 games.
Okay. All right.
Where is it? Where can people go? Twitch.tv/MechanicJ?
Well, no, because all those have rolled off by now. All those.
Those are all
I need
gone.
to republish them over on YouTube, which would be on whatever the hell my YouTube channel is. Which I don't
do. You have a YouTube channel?
Yeah, I do.
What is it?
You can. I think it's just if you just /@mechanicj at youtube.com, you'll come across. It's just some retro computing videos at this point.
Awesome.
Okay.
There's no like pop culture videos there yet. Different channel that
you should definitely. I mean, you should definitely put your video game playthroughs on there.
I should, yeah. And then you can watch the story of Thief unfold. But basically, I'll give a quick synopsis. See,
please.
Remember, you have like, oh my gosh. So there's like, processing. You got Garrett, who's the main guy, and he was like part of the, I can't remember what they're called, but like the overseers, the watchers or something. They're kind of like a stealthy organization who protect the world from evil. And then you have the Hammerites, who are like the actual like religious fanatics who turn out are also protecting the world from evil, although Garrett thinks they're all full of crap. And he gets hired to steal things and go do things and run these missions, and he ends up stealing something from the Hammerites and then giving it to this guy who then brings basically Satan to the Earth, and then the Earth is getting like invaded by monsters.
Ooh.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I did not know that.
That is not what I expected.
Oh no, it's cool, and it goes in this like really, it takes a left turn, and the soundtrack is this like very like industrial soundtrack, but in like this old timey kind of Middle Ages type setting. It's really, really neat. Yeah. And then the second game in the series is kind of like the aftermath of after he vanquishes the devil.
Mm-hmm.
And then this new guy comes along and tries to create a new religious order with him at the center, of course. And which then he gets exposed as a fraud. And I don't remember how that one ends, and I don't know how the third one ends because I stopped playing it halfway through because it started to creep me the hell out.
Okay.
But the first game alone would make a great movie, actually.
Yeah.
Just because it's like so weird and you don't expect where this goes.
Totally.
Okay.
So
I have 3 answers. So the one that like people might think would work, but I don't know what you would do, is Grand Theft Auto. Right.
That's like I got to
like the
imagine.
biggest one.
Yeah, like if I were whoever, like whatever, I would imagine there's like a Godfather-esque bidding war over the rights for GTA. Where they're like, we're going to get Quentin Tarantino to write GTA. We're going to get Robert Rodriguez to direct GTA. And we're going to spend $600 million on this movie. And what'll it be about?
Right. Pick one of the plot lines from any of the 5 games, or just do something else.
Yeah.
I don't know what you do. Like it's a no-brainer. Then it's like, but what would I do? I don't know. So there's that. The one that I desperately want them to make, but they would ruin, is Horizon Zero Dawn.
Oh,
like
yeah.
I love that world, and I want to see it. And I'm like, they'd F up the story.
They'd F it up big time.
Yeah, the one that they can make and would be okay, or could be okay, Star Fox. I would love a Star Fox movie.
I did not see that coming. I thought you were going to say Mass Effect, but oh my God, Star Fox.
Mass Effect, they would ruin because the game didn't know what to do at the end. So like the movie's not going to know either. So no, the game already is a movie, but Star Fox, you could do anything.
That's true.
Because who cares about the plot of Star Fox?
Yeah,
right?
As long as you get all the characters.
Mario movie, right?
Yeah.
Like the general layout of the story is there, and you just come up with a story within that framework.
You could literally
did you guys watch the new Mario movie?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I saw it in theaters. It was fun.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's great.
Oh, no,
I love
great.
the Mario movie. It was great. Yeah.
There's nothing better than that commercial. I can't believe they brought out the old live action theme song.
I was crying with laughter when that came. We're like, yes.
Yep.
And
this was made by people who are like me. Yay.
They
exactly.
Part of the marketing for it was they released the commercial like as a trailer for the movie.
Yep.
And like it's just thank you, Super Mario Bros. The only thing that I don't remember what the hell it was. The only thing that's not leaking is my bank account. What? Yeah. It's so good. They could just take the entire cast in the Mario movie and recast it with Star Fox. Like,
yeah, sure.
Like Seth Rogen is Slippy. Chris Pratt as Star Fox.
Star Fox.
Charlie
the rest
Day as I don't know, freaking Peppy.
Peppy and
or Falco.
Falco
be Charlie. And then the rest. Whoever's hot.
And the bad guy would be whoever they got to do Bowser could be.
Oh, Jack Black.
Yeah. Who's the bad guy in Star Fox? Monkey guy? Some kind of monkey?
I don't know. I have no idea. I only played it like very sparingly. Like
I only played the original one. I don't know anything.
I played Star Fox 64. That's it.
Yeah. But I like they're fun cartoon characters. Children will love it.
Yeah, I agree. No, it would sell. And the toyeticness of it alone.
Yeah, and there's spaceships shooting each other. Like
yeah, they know how to make that. They've made that movie already. Just go for it. Genius.
So that's my answer. It was 3 answers, but yeah.
Good answers though. Great answers all around. Great question too. That was a fun conversation.
Yeah.
So there you have it, everybody. No comic required. Another excellent episode in the can. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Of course, I enjoyed shooting the breeze with these two hilarious nerds. And of course, if you want more, check out the bonus material because I cut something out of this over on patreon.com/comicpop.
We talked for like 2.5 hours.
Yeah. If this episode is 48 minutes, then you know that there's an entire 2 other episodes in there somewhere. So check that out if you haven't already, and we'll see you guys next time here on ComicPop Returns. I'm Sal.
I'm Ethan.
I'm Jason.
So long.